So Huawei is clearly making a major push into enterprise, which enterprise is a small word for a very big and complex field, many different sectors and verticals. Which areas do you think are most exciting for you as you push in, and how are you going to leverage innovation to achieve that?
Yeah. Well, first, the push into enterprise for Huawei has been formalized this year. In the beginning of the year in Shanghai at our analyst conference, we officially launched our enterprise business. Now, most companies, when they launch a business, they're just beginning. Well, the day we announced it, in the previous year, we had actually done about $2 billion in global revenue.
So $2 billion is a startup for Huawei?
That was the startup,
okay,
yeah,
right.
exactly. And this year we'll do about $4 billion, and our stated objective for next year is $7 billion in global revenue. That would place us clearly as the second largest enterprise communication supplier in the world. Not bad for year two. But what excites me about it is that our strategy, because we don't really have a legacy, we don't have a big installed base around the world and every customer everywhere, it allows us to be very specific on our technology approach, what customers we go after. So in addition to entering the market, we have decided to enter it by vertical and by solution, as opposed to being just horizontally a provider of kit that people sort out themselves. What that means is that around the world we can pick our battles. For instance, in certain markets like China is a great example, we are doing fantastic in the transportation industry, the natural minerals, mining and energy industry, the banking sector. In the United States, for instance, going after the education vertical is very conducive towards us. The large global multinationals that understand globalization and have already interacted with us maybe on the global scale. The opportunity that we get by doing it this way is, instead of having to simultaneously solve every problem in the set, we can actually concentrate the tens of thousands of engineers that we have and the R&D capacity that we have to actually solve these problems in new and interesting ways with scale. And so I don't have a particular favorite, even though I think there's some really intriguing things that we can do around education or around banking or around healthcare. What I am excited about is the fact that we get to have a fresh look at solving the problems of how do we do e-education, or how do we do e-health, or how do we do e-government. And we're actually starting not from 2 or 3 resources, but from tens of thousands of them in a very concentrated effort against a particular customer set and against a particular problem. So focus is everything.
And the engineers you have, just to expand on that, you have 1,000, approaching 1,000 in Santa Clara and elsewhere around the world.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. The model that Huawei's pursued for the last several years has been a globalization of our R&D capacity. And the reason for that is that innovation comes from lots of places and it's done in very different ways. Clearly our innovation engine in China has served us very well. We have out-executed everybody in our core markets. But when you actually think globally, you start to ask, where can I find things to augment that? And one of the things that we've done is really seriously invested heavily in the North American technology ecosystem. So I have, just over 1,000 technical staff in North America, all 25, 30-year veterans doing very advanced technical work to basically solve the problems of the future. Behind them, in the rest of the R&D organization across Huawei, is close to 60,000 engineers. For context, most companies that we compete against might have 5,000 or 10,000 engineers. Maybe a few of them have 20,000. No one has the R&D capacity that we have.